It's crazy that Americans who live outside of the country and earn money are still taxed by America. Welcome to my channel. My name is Darren Woodfork, and I'm an attorney here in Scottsdale, Arizona. My firm specializes in car accident cases, and we help restore people's rights here. And that's my specialty. Anyway, but today I want to talk about something that's pretty crazy. And it's not tax advice. If you do need a tax lawyer, I'll leave a link in my description. You can email me. I got a really good referral here in Arizona who does tax law. But today I'm just talking about just a general big picture of what's called citizen-based taxation. And if you don't know what that is, I didn't know what it was, 5 years ago. But basically, it means that if you are basically an expat, if you travel the world or if you decided to move outside the country to improve your quality of life, or for whatever reason, if you just left the country, not like you gave up your citizenship or anything like that, you just wanted to move and live overseas. Well, once you get overseas, the money that you earn is still gonna be taxed by the place where you're at, and it's gonna be taxed by Americans, by America, the American government. It's really crazy that the long arm of the American tax system will follow you to the far stretches of China, whatever, if you're living there, and they still tax you, and it's just crazy. Now, with that said, though, it's my understanding that there is what's called the foreign earned income exclusion. So there's I guess a credit when you earn money overseas. I think you can make the first $126,000 free and clear, no taxes, and then I think the taxes kick in after that. So that's kind of what they're saying. They're kind of giving that gift to people who live overseas for a certain amount of the year, for a certain amount of time of the year, to qualify for. So there are exclusions, whatever, but the American government still will tax you if you decide that you want to go live in Mexico and earn money down there. They will tax you. I think it's kind of funny too, and the reason why I think it's so weird is because America's like the only big country in the world that does that. I think that I saw on somewhere that said Eritrea, the country in Africa, is the only other country that taxes its citizens once they leave the country. But even them, I think they have like a credit that excludes 99% of their taxes in Eritrea. So again, it's just we're the only country that does that. I think I heard something last year about Trump and some members of Congress were talking about maybe getting rid of what's called double taxation or citizen-based taxation around the world. And if they do, that would be a good thing, because again, if you're living outside of the country, there's no reason to pay American taxes. You shouldn't have to anyways. So I think all this is interesting. Again, this is not my specialty. I do have some great referrals if you need a tax lawyer for anything, but I am very interested in that. If you've been on my website, you'll see that my hobby essentially is traveling the world, and I've met a lot of people around the world, a lot of Americans who've left the country, and they just want a better life. I mean, one of the things, and again, if you care, it's just the cost of living. I mean, when you go to Mexico, you go to Europe, you go places in Europe, something like that, your prices are so much cheaper that you've automatically increased your cost of living by moving there. And so all these people I met, that's why they said they did. A lot of people retire and go overseas and improve their cost of living. But anyways, that's kind of why I bring this up. And like I talked about in the last video, or a couple of videos ago, I was reading a book by about Mark Rich, the old oil trader, and how he fled to Switzerland. And it gets into all those discussions about Interpol and trying to send people back to America, extraditing people in America. I've also read books about citizen-based taxation. I mean, citizen-based citizen by investment programs around the world, where basically you can buy your way into getting a citizenship in other countries. The golden visas. Offshore bank accounts, all that stuff, it interests me or whatever. And so I do know some of the stuff, but that's not my specialty, obviously. But if you do need a referral, especially for the taxes, please get in touch. I'll leave all my contact information below. So anyways, thanks for watching. Like I said, I'll leave that video in here about, fleeing the country and all that. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel. Thanks.